AI has steadily been ripping up the rules for how we create art in the 21st century. And regardless of your views, AI is here to stay. So how we define our next chapter is about how we use it. Now, obviously this is a huge topic, so I'm really going to try and stay in my lane here. And what I do really well is make unique, fun stuff. So I'm going to use a new AI tool to make a piece of art that is completely unique. Because I really believe that tools like AI can actually enhance the things we make and unlock new doors. It doesn't have to be this negative tunnel that we all seem to be heading towards. And I can't 3D model yet, which means it's really difficult for me to get the models that are in my head out into physical form. So my plan here is to use Tripo to help me create a piece of art for my upcoming Dogma 48 workshop. Now, I'll tell you more about that in just a minute, but the basic idea is that I've had a piece of artwork on my wall for the last couple of years. It's by one of my favourite artists. He's a chap called Derek Hess. He's amazing. I'll link him down below. But I want to see if I can use an AI tool to take a piece of artwork and then create something physical that then I can paint. But let me just be clear here, because this isn't just about taking a piece of Derek's art and dropping it into AI and then going, please make this for me. No, it's got to be better than that. There's got to be a creative process, otherwise I'm just stealing. And no, I'm not prepared to do that. That's just lazy and it goes against the whole point of art, at least in my opinion. But if you're already raging against the screen, I get it. AI generates lots of strong opinions. On one hand, AI is an augmentative tool. It enhances productivity and accessibility and gives people like me the ability to do things that they wouldn't have been able to do previously, which is great. But on the other hand, we have to navigate the terrifying possibility that we are slowly but surely handing over our intellectual property, skills, and maybe the very nature of creating itself to a soulless algorithm that just simply wants to extract us for profit. Which obviously isn't good. Because after all, the art of creating something isn't necessarily about the thing at the end, it's about the journey to making it, right? So let's keep this simple. I want to use Tripo to take the elements of Derek's work, reproduce them in 3D, print them, and then paint them. Which sounds fun. So let me tell you a little bit more about Tripo. It's an online 3D printable image and model generation tool, and you've probably seen a lot of this sort of stuff around and about now. At its most basic level, tools like this work by generating an image from a text prompt. For example, create a sexy clown. I mean, I guess it could be sexy, it depends on whatever your kink is. Where Tripo takes that further is by adding 3D model generation into the mix. Voila! Which is pretty cool. Now, if you were a soulless capitalist shill, you could use a tool like this to make endless models and sell them online and flood things with whatever your new creation is. But I think we can do better than that. Another feature Tripo has is generating models from images. For example, this one by Mr. Da Vinci. You can upload that image and see what pops out as a 3D model. Okay, but where I think the real power of tools like Tripo are actually based in original design, or at least as original as you can get with an AI tool generating it for you. Back to Derek. Now, there are four main elements to his work. There's the angel, that sort of skinny guy with his arms outstretched down below in prayer. There's the wings on his back. There's the halo, and then there's the arms reaching up from below. Now, once I have all the elements made, they're going to add it to my asset library and I can export them, and once they're on my slicer, I can scale them appropriately, arrange them, and then support them and print. And while that's printing, we can explore the rest of the software and see whether we can get some more inspiration. Another cool feature about Tripo is the segmentation function. Now, this automatically splits the models that are 3D generated into parts, which you can then adjust and merge and change the angles of, and all in all just subtly tweak your model to make something better. It requires a bit of fiddling, but once you've got your eye in, it's actually pretty satisfying. And I was able to tweak the model on screen, which has his arms sort of upwards, into something more like the artwork, which has its arms downwards, which is better for the composition of the piece I'm trying to make. Or as a laugh, I suppose you could add some rigging in and create a little animation, but no. Stay focused. Speaking of which, the first models come off the printer. Now, I made a small one to start off with because I just wanted to have a nice quick print that I could assemble and then see if the whole thing worked or not. And I'm pleased to say it did. And it looked like this, which, no, it's not perfect, and yes, I'll need to tweak it, but it gives me a rough idea. And from here, I'm able to iterate, scale up the model, make another one. With the bigger one in place, I can make some bigger adjustments using the knife I featured in a few videos back, and chopping up limbs and getting into the sculpting and more physical creation of it. And don't forget, I'm using this all with an AI tool that I'm using to sort of act as the base for my models, and then I can build from there. I don't need it to be perfect, I just need it to be something that I can work with. And that's where I think AI has its real strengths, and tools like Tripo can be really useful. Not as endpoints. I don't think we should be using AI like that at all. I think we should be using AI as a starting point to give lots and lots of inspiration, so then you can create something really unique from your own head. And I think that's really cool. Previously, I'd have gone, well, I can't sculpt, so I can't make it. Or I'd have gone, well, I can't sculpt, so I'll give sculpting a go and make something a bit rubbish and be really disheartened, and it would take ages and I wouldn't be able to do it. So I'd end up going to buy a model from the shop and then chopping that up in the same way and ending with something similar to what I've got now, but just take longer and cost more money. What you think about this process is really interesting, and I'm interested to hear from you. I'm excited for the possibilities that are now afforded to me. So I'm really looking forward to popping a couple of splashes of paint on this. Now, if you're not aware of Dogma 48, it's a really fun, creative thing that's hosted all over Europe now at various 48-hour workshops. The idea being that you take a model from the start in its unfinished state all the way through to end in a finished state with loads of creative people in the room, and you just sit down and paint and have a laugh. It sounds really fun, and I'm going to run my first one just near Stonehenge in the same venue I run all my other painting workshops from. If you like the idea of attending a painting workshop like that, go and check out my website. All the tickets are currently sold out for the current Dogma workshop, but if there's enough interest, I can look at making another one next year. But I currently have tickets available for Mark Maskland's painting workshops, as well as I'll have other ones coming in the future as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this piece for the Dogma workshop or if I'll do another, and I realise I may be in the minority here, but I'm actually excited for the potential of tools like Tripo to unlock people's creativity and unlock their ability to make amazing things and get the things from their head into physical form. Sure, we haven't worked it all out yet, and yes, definitely AI can seem scary, but we're all on this roller coaster whether we like it or not, and I sort of think what happens with AI is up to us and how we use it and choose to interact with it. I've added the links to Tripo down in the description. Anyone who signs up will receive 60% off the pro price with the code RisingApe, and the first 200 signups will receive an extra 500 credits too. And while you're down there signing up for stuff, why not sign up for my newsletter too and receive free STLs as well as 3D printing news into your inbox every month. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribed, you liked, and you've commented, all that good stuff. You know what to do. I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who takes the time to support me over on Patreon, joins in the chat over on my Discord, or engages in these videos in whatever form. You're all legends. Thank you so much. Do check out the video that's on screen now. I think you'll like it, and all that's left to say is that this has been RisingApe Minis. I've been James, and I'll see you next time.